Yeah. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm gonna call this meeting to order. It is, the dreary day in the town of Capitol Heights, June 16th. The time is 7:12. TA Ren, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Mayor Linda Monroe,
Here?
Councilmember Amanda Anderson,
Here.
Councilmember Anita Anderson, Mayor Pro Tem Chu,
Here.
Councilmember Ford,
Here.
Councilmember James, is he maybe running late? Okay, Councilmember Williams,
Here.
Administrator here, Chief of Police not present, not NSC not present, Town Attorney not present, Town Clerk not present. And prepared by Lori Wren, title TA. Is Mr. James coming in today? Okay, great.
Anybody here?
No. I need to impress upon him that he's not gonna come in here for all this. Okay. Thank you, TA Ren. Council, we all know we're here for the public hearing on the budget. Can I get an approval of the agenda?
Second.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Okay, TA Ren, can you please, read the meeting rules?
Mr. James is here.
Okay.
The mayor and council invite and welcome comments at public meetings. The mayor or chair will recognize you. Please introduce yourself at the podium, spelling your last name for recording purposes and give the name of your street and block number. Example, 4300 block of 34th Street. Time limits for speaking are indicated on the meeting agenda. While speaking, please maintain a courteous tone and avoid personal attacks. If you wish to lodge a complaint about the personal performance or conduct of any town employee, please bring your concern to the attention of town administrator, who will look into the matter and respond to you. As a courtesy to the other residents and businesses, the council requests that speakers not use specific addresses or names of the individuals when describing a situation or making a complaint unless the name or address is central to an understanding of the situation or complaint. Noting the blocks preferred over a specific address, code enforcement and public safety issues should first be brought to the attention of the appropriate department. Thank you.
Okay, are there public comments?
I do not see any.
Okay. Let's, we are here for the residents and the public hearing on the budget. Are there any concerns so far?
There's someone here. Would you make a comment?
Speak on the budget?
Do you all have any hard copies of the budget?
I can. I'll give it to you. Sorry about that. I fault. Take my copy. Here you go.
The resident of the town,
Yes, yes. ma'am.
address, please.
500 Opus, 500 block of Opus. I think.
I'm gonna give you a copy of this. Hold on 1 second. It's on the thing. Now I'll give it to you. And if you want a copy, I'll give you the paper.
Thank you.
Oh, you didn't say your name. I'm so sorry.
Kellyanne James Hayes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. And it's also posted on the website.
I was gonna say no, Your Honor.
Names, but I like that one.
No, Mayor. I listened in a bit from the last one, so I'm glad to be here for, I guess, the follow-up for this one.
That's gonna be the second, well, unless this one is for residents to talk about the budget that we presented, the proposed one,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to talk about how we can amend that budget.
Okay.
Because we know there's some problems with the budget that we're presenting tonight.
Okay.
You're
Thank you.
welcome to stick around.
Okay.
You can even comment on next time too.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
So I'll take a motion. We have 30 minutes allotted for this before we go to amending. I'll take a motion on how many minutes you want to allow for this hearing. Considering 30 minutes, a window may be too long.
I don't know that they make it at, just for the hearing, just in case.
Okay, that's fine.
If we finish before then, we don't have to keep grabbing.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I guess we'll maintain silence because that's what's on the agenda is for the budget. For the record. PA Ren,
Yes, ma'am.
this is a valid question.
Sure.
I know Councilman Amanda was ready to post it when we were here to, whatever, 28, 28. When we were here to put the resolution online about the hearing,
Yes.
and we were waiting for whatever version the next day of the, proposed budget.
Yes.
Or presenting. Was that ever put online?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Because
yes.
that was the question just was raised. Can anyone who wants to speak tonight, can they see that budget?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Entreese, you're online, correct? Hello? She's,
Yes,
and then you posted it, correct?
if it is, it's under whatever that date is.
Yes.
Um,
Also, previous to that time, I remember it's definitely on there.
whatever that date, I posted it under that date.
The budget was included with the resolution on the website under town budget tab. So if you go there, it has the latest as well as an alert at the very top of the page was put up. So when we click that, it does show the resolution and the proposed budget. So I know it's in those two places at all times currently.
Okay. That's mystery solved here, and you're right, it's so long.
And then we posted again tonight. I mean, today. Well, we posted the same information. It's on for tonight. If you were to look at it as well.
Councilman Amanda, Councilman Anita has something.
All I was asking is that, we're looking over the budget and I take it that if any residents are online or looking at it, one resident in here is looking at it. Once we've all looked at it, the next step is to say if we need changes or we approve, disapprove. Move forward. I don't know how this human goes. That's why I'm asking questions.
No,
I am, okay.
no, we don't approve it. It was approved for us to post it. So what we would do is we can take that one against the one and then look at it. Or I thought I just lost my thought. That's okay. Councilman Member James?
Yes, is this the official resolution right here? Is this official? Is this the final product?
Which one?
The one that we all have in front of us?
The resolution to approve it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked her to give us that tonight because unless we don't have to use it tonight. But we need to review it because she will not be here at all next week. You know, she's taking leave after anything else, so she won't be here at all. Councilman Amanda will be on the, and I think Mayor Pro Tem you too? On leave. So after next week is kind of dicey because most council people won't be here.
Right.
So I asked her to let everybody see the approval resolution tonight if she could. That's got nothing to do with the hearing, right? That's for the actual budget that we have to approve by June 30th.
Mm. Now, we just.
That makes sense.
Questions that I didn't see her signature. The
Yes,
Which one, sir?
one that you have in front of you?
I've got two.
May 20th?
that was the one that you guys previously had a special session on to discuss, to post. And then the one that's basically the larger session, if you look at the other things that's put together,
Mhm.
that's actually where, remember last time you said you couldn't see very well, so I made it bigger. So if you take a look at it, that's what was sent to you guys previously.
And sign it.
Which one?
It's not signed.
Because remember, I wasn't there that day, so I can't sign it. Am I supposed to sign it if
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
can
there?
sign it after
Sure.
the fact.
Okay.
After the fact, yeah,
Sure, I'll do that. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to sign it.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what you're saying, Councilman.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, and it needs to be signed.
And no, I can sign it. I just wasn't sure if I was allowed to.
Who she had in place to be signed.
That's the only money in this town is 35.
Yeah, that's what
That's a good question.
Post on the resolution, yeah?
Yeah, board brings a valid question.
Sure.
Councilman James, all y'all, you voice it. Board is saying, she was not here, but she can go by the minutes. You can always go by the minutes to hear the votes. Well, that's just as good. But she's saying that she was not here. So if you go by the minutes, you can certify that you heard them. Bottom line is you can sign this. But the board's thing is, how do you certify it if you weren't here? And I'm saying you can go by the minutes. So check the minutes so you can
Sure.
make sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, good point for it. Okay. You okay, sir?
Yes.
Okay. That's it, both of y'all, good questions. Uh-huh.
Is my question is not so much for her being here at the signing, but for the simple fact of her involvement. She was heavily involved with in the process, so it's not so much of her presence being here.
That's true.
Yeah, she was in the woods with this. So.
That's valid. Yeah. We lost two people. What happened to everybody? That is true. Okay, I got it. I got it. No, I got to put that on because we. I have a story thing. Oh, do you listen? Fine, fine. Oh, yeah, I got to. I just got to.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No, no.
I'm so here, you know, like, they do all this.
I got to look it up. Mine. This is good. Some different public speakers. That's good. That's what this is. That's what
Happy so. I see it first. Unless. Unless you. You speak. Sorry.
Councilmember Member.
Ma'am.
I know that we move forward to the next portion of the agenda in 5 minutes.
And will that be 30?
It'll be at 7:35.
Okay. Any objections? Objections, let me court. Anybody say no, Councilman Amanda, please, go ahead.
Yeah, what she said?
Sorry, weren't listening, but I'll repeat myself. I move that we move forward to the next portion of the agenda at 7:35. That's in 5 minutes.
So disregard the 30 minutes.
Second. No, any comments on that?
Yes, so we should disregard question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
So, we can disregard the 30 minutes that's been posted. Comments?
Well, you said it would be at 30 minutes? Good.
Yeah, my reasoning is, because if someone were looking at this and they see the first 30 minutes were for the budget hearing, we started late anyways. So, nobody's here and to not waste more time. I mean, we'd hit very close to 30 minutes, probably be about.
Yeah, that's all. I agree.
It's a motion. Do you want to make that as a motion or a suggestion?
I just made the motion and Councilman
Okay.
seconded
You
it.
did, that's my brain. Okay, but you can always rescind stuff. That's why I asked you. So, okay. If you don't have to vote it, that's my point. Okay, TA Ren called the vote for 7:35.
Okay,
Stop and then go to the next agenda item.
okay. Councilmember Amanda Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Anita Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Chu.
Yes.
Councilmember Ford.
Yes.
Councilmember James. Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Okay, the eye has it.
The stand corrected is reconsider, not rescind. I'm just saying you can always do that. Always hasn't gone to vote. Okay, we're good, so 7:35. Okay.
Budget review.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Oh,
I'm just curious, in the income section, bond bill, Senator Benson, is that like just a gift? Well, not a gift, but it's presented to us based on the work that you all do? Or it's owed to us? Like, how do we get that?
I have to go and plead for the money. That's the bottom line.
Oh, okay.
But all municipalities, we're not special in that standpoint. The town just hadn't been doing that in the past. And to be candid with you, what we get is nowhere near what some other municipalities get. We get $1 to $2 million in checking. So I say that with respect, but $200,000 based on what they're giving away of a multi-billion-dollar budget. We still only get crumbs in this town. We're all grateful for what we get. I know that because it helps move this town and it helps get something. I'm just talking because we got time here now, but it helps to get something for the town that we have not gotten in 40 years. And that's some type of development in this town. It's more than 40 years, actually. So how it works is, it's called the Bond Bill Initiative. Just to give you one little history quick on it.
Sure.
It's called the Bond Bill Initiative. And what happens when General Assembly, which is your state legislators, your county legislators, that would be your congressmen basically, and your delegates, and your state senators. They all go to Annapolis. So people don't realize when you are in those positions, you really only work 3 to 4 months out of the year. But they don't have big salaries. People think that legislators on the county level make big money. They're making under 60K. But they only work 3 months out of the year, according to the government. So that's why they all have regular job. All your state senators, your delegates, some of your state congressmen, all of them have, now, if you're on a federal level, Congress is totally different. You're getting 184,000. But what I'm saying is for those that are on the county level or district level, they don't get really big money. But they do get housing and everything else when they go to General Assembly. General Assembly starts in January, goes through the first week in April. During that time, their main job is to pass legislation. It's nothing for them to have 200 bills on the table because everybody wants to say we're going to lower money for apartments or something. You can't get evicted. I'm just making all this up. Or we're going to do something about first-time offenders in the county or second-time offenders or all these things. They have all these bills. That's their primary focus. They go and vote on all these bills that are going to change how your government works and how your life is in the county. That's what it does. Does it make sense to you?
Mhm.
When they go to General Assembly?
Mhm.
At the same time, they allocate money in the form of bond bills. Some of them are called grants, but most of it is called bond bill initiatives. And so what you do, you have to complete a form to get this money. You have to have something you want to do. This last one was for the Boys and Girls Club. The other one, the council, we said we're going to put in for the community, the renovation of town hall. Okay, you have to have something. You can only spend the money for what it's approved for. At one time, I put in for $500,000. One time I put in for 300 or 400K. I only got 200. You see what I mean? You never know what you're gonna get. So you put in for it, but you have to have a sponsor. And I'll say this quickly because we're gonna stop. You have to have a sponsor. So you have to get delegates, senators, you gotta get somebody to sponsor it. You don't want just one. Because one last thing, when you go in to try to get a bill passed or try to get money from them, it's like 3 different levels. You know, it has to go to this, what's the word? It has to go through legislative 3 or 4 different sessions. It's like a stratification or something like that, because it goes through all these levels and it gets to the Senate level, that's the top level. but it's going through your delegates, your congressional, it's going through all these levels. And you want to get somebody on each level who is going to push that initiative for you to get the money. And so our main pusher was Senator Benson. So, is that good?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, council. Got another one? You good?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, who wants to open it on this one? Let me make sense what we're doing now, okay? What we're doing is, while we can always look at our budget, we always look at our budget. Even though the budget we're presenting to the public tonight we're presenting a proposed budget. We also have continuously looked at that budget because we knew that some things were not right, but we had to get things out in the appropriate time so the citizens can chime in. So where we are now, we already have identified a lot of areas that we know we need to tweak in order to balance the budget. You know what that means? We'll balance it. Okay, your revenue and your, what's the other word? Expenditures have to equal, but you can have more revenue. So if you have more revenue, that's fine, but the bottom line is your expenditures on paper, remember, all this is a projection.
Right.
On paper, your bottom line cannot exceed how much money you're getting in. So we've done that, but that is a proposed budget, or it is a proposed budget. Where we are now is, after we have already done this, told the public about it, everything else, now we're gonna do the heavy work of actually saying, we see there's some things we need to fix here. We have until June 30th to amend what we're presenting tonight. We have until June 30th, and that's called approving your fiscal budget. Council, you want to open up with what you see on this proposed budget that we already know needs to be worked on? Councilman Ford, you want to take a lead?
Sure, okay.
Stop.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, things we all agreed on the revenue, but since we are looking at the budget again, all y'all are presenting, we're going over some edits. I'll open for any comments. I mean, that anyone has on the revenue. Doesn't look like.
Can you ensure all of our changes are in here, please, while you're talking?
I'm sorry, man. This came right from work, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to tell me, so you can make sure?
Please.
Now, Tia Ray, can you address everything that, Councilman Ford, that you changed so she can certify that it's been done? Okay.
Yes, everything that we discussed during the previous work,
What are they?
I'm good, yeah, okay, all the things that we discussed in the previous work sessions has been highlighted in green. Basically, and then that was, and that was also previously sent out to you, the day after the work session, just so it's fresh on everyone's mind. If you take a look at it, this included, the police vehicle usage, this included, the parking citations, this included all the new, how should I put it? The new grants that we received was, for the purpose of operation. I've moved that over to the operational section for both revenue as well as income. So now you have matching in the front as well as in the back. I reduced the amount of revenue for speeding as well as stop sign. The stop sign was reduced and now it's 120. And the speed camera is at, is at 210.
Can you give the number? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Speed camera on revenue is 42,701
Thank you.
and stop sign is 42,703. And then the other line items that I have incorporated into, it's noted as 42,532, 42,533, 42,534, 42,531, and 42,530, and it's marked next to it new. That's on page 1 of revenue.
TA Ren,
Yes.
okay. Councilwoman Ford still has the floor. You have any more before you yield, but you need to come back to you. We want to keep you. Oh, no, that's okay. I just wanted to,
It's, I really need to, I just want to make sure.
oh, okay.
She can follow.
Yes, ma'am, that's a good, can you, I don't want you to have to stand, but you know. You want to get a copy of the new budget we're talking about, or what?
Yeah, I can make
Yes,
another
we have-
copy. That's fine.
We're somewhere else
Well,
now.
I was gonna, okay, that's fine. So that's the old one. And I need a copy one of those from one of you guys, because I need some. I have a vision on it. A vision one, with like, that's this one. So the copy. I think I can see how the key for the.
Sure.
Mhm.
I'm going to, for this meeting, council, I'm going to ask, so we can move this quickly along, I'm going to ask you to chair this section. Can you do that?
Okay.
Okay. Let me do, okay.
Now, since I do want to get some clarification and just get the input of the council, since we are looking at something different, we are not referencing the old, we'll just have the resident to review the new. Just give me some clarification. Okay, yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, because I know they have, you know, groups here, may have looked at it
Right.
and things are different and TA could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yes, I do. Oh,
I will make this more visible again. Near Mars, so it's easy to see. Here it is. It's the excellent expenditure on the business. Oops, oh. Fortunately, they come law again.
That's fine.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, let me give you the expenditure section. Oh, now I did print out the portion that I needed to. Here you go. So it's actually hard. Here you are. It's no problem. This is the income section. Revenue.
we'll be working with both TA and the
Yeah.
proposed one and the one we're trying to approve
Of course, she has both now.
with the amendments.
There you go. She has both
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I'm
Thanks,
ready.
TA. Thanks, TA. So what mayor and council have decided to do, since we did present this budget to our residents, is if you could guide us with highlighting or noting the difference between the two, so that if they will be familiar with the new budget that we're going over tonight, that help them to become familiar.
Sure. If you look at the new budget versus the old budget, what you see, if you look at the first page, we're gonna go with revenue first. Everything that's made changes or changed, do you see where it's green highlighted? That's been highlighted. And also, we've been constantly updating our revenue, meaning as the revenue that's coming into the town, we've been updating those. So that's why when you're looking at the revenue column for fiscal year 25 actual, it's going to be a little bit different than the previous one. Because the actual is basically what we constantly have changing. As we get more revenue, like for example, we get another batch of like payments for property tax or fees and fines. So we input that information into the actual and it gets updated. So that's why when you look at the fiscal year 25 actual versus what you had previously, you're like, wow, why is it different? That's because we're gaining more revenue. And that will be the same situation when it comes to the expense side, because it's also being, as we go on, more expenditure comes in, to pay for Pepco bills, or to pay gas bills, phone bills, and etc. But what I did for the proposed section, which is the 1 to 3rd column, where everything we made changes to, I highlighted it in green. So take a look and see if there's anything that you don't, you want more clarifications on.
Thank you. So for the first page, this different is from the new budget, you have added line item 42,405. So if you can note any additions to it.
Okay, everything I've added that's basically new to it. Okay, that's another thing. Everything I've added that's new to it, if you look next to it, there's a word new and highlighted red. You see that? Were you able to see that? Oh, great. So I wasn't sure if you were seeing that. And those are the new items. So remember we were talking about Senator Benson bond bill and so forth. So we were able to get additional grants for the town. And that's why you see the new comes in. Those are like money that's been allocated to us by the state for these activities. So does the mayor council have questions?
Councilwoman Chu?
Sure.
No, Joy.
Oh, sorry.
Just so we recognize, Councilwoman Ford is chairing this budget
Sure,
session.
absolutely.
So everybody, please address your need to speak to Councilwoman Ford. She chooses.
You have you want the floor?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, I keep mumbling, are they looking for, nothing or something?
Oh, we're just trying to follow along the new
Yeah.
budget. That's it.
Oh.
So, yes, yeah, it's on page 2, yep. Page 2. So we're looking at the 4205 that's on page 1, right? And it's on page. Well,
You're looking at 42,405?
it's on 2. Different on the page you have.
She's referring to the state aid for police protection, which is the SAPP. It should be under state, so it's 42,405. Originally, it was under basically federal, state, and county grants. I removed it from there because it's an operational grant. So it doesn't function like the others, whereby it's reimbursement versus. Yeah, other grants such as the bail bond that the mayor talked about, we have to spend the money and then they reimburse us. Versus the operational, they basically just allocate the funds or wire directly to our account. So we don't need to spend the money to get the money. They've already allocated that amount to us, so we can just go ahead and use the fund.
Okay, so that's the 42,409 we looking at?
No, 42,405.
Yeah, thanks for that clarity. I appreciate it. So the 42,409 TA,
42,409. Which page is that on?
that's the page 1. Page 1 of the old and page 2 of the new.
I'm sorry, I don't. I just want to remind that basically, Mayor and Council, what we done with this particular one that you're looking at, is the one with the green markers is the composition of everything, all the adjustment that Mayor and Council requested to make. So it will not be the same as it is on the original proposed.
I'm sorry.
So what I'm saying to you is that the original one that you guys signed on, I guess, May 28th or 29th, that's going to be different than the revenue or the proposed one that I'm presenting now,
Yes.
because this is compilation of everything you guys want changes made to.
Right.
So certain line item may no longer exist because it's no longer considered valid, so therefore it was removed, or it's historically clocked in, but there's nothing,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so that's what we were just trying to give her.
Sure.
Clarification.
Sure, no, of course, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So that's maybe why I'm not
And the
finding,
changes in the placement.
yeah, that's right.
So the 42,409.
I don't see is that on the new one?
Second page.
So we,
Page 2.
42?
yes.
Yeah, I see it, yes. 42,409, that's reimbursement from last year.
Mhm.
That was the 200K that, it was for the community center.
Mhm.
That's what it was, but we do not put that, and as you know, none of the revenue includes anything that has to do with the grants, federal, state, or county. So our revenue is independent of any grants we received.
Right, so I guess I was 300 before, and so it's just zero, so it's zero now.
No, previously 200K has always been 200K. The community center grant was for 200,000. That's what you're referring to, 42,009.
Here is 300.
300 is the new grant that's given to us by Vice Chair Orieta for fiscal year 26. That's why, as you can see, is nothing noted for fiscal year 25 budgeted. Nothing's noted for fiscal year 25 actual.
Okay,
Because-
so we moved it to the correct line? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was always in this line. We didn't have anything for fiscal year 25 because it was given to us for fiscal year 26.
Thank you.
No problem. So for this one, we were lucky to get the grant from the Florida, so it's basically for 26. That's why there's nothing noted for big part 25, grant 25, because it didn't exist yet. And that's, and I specifically wrote you, just in case.
Yes.
I just want to say to our visitor, when you see, just like you saw the bond bill initiative, you asked the word reimbursable, they're all reimbursables. Some we have, you get the money up front, like some of the community block grants, some of them you get, it's like a draw, and you spend against that draw. But with the bond bills, that section where she's showing you, most of those, we have to spend and submit receipts to get the money. Thank you.
Mr. T, are you ready to?
Yes.
The rest of the
Of
differences?
course. So do you have any questions for the revenue?
I don't,
Okay.
no.
Okay, I wasn't sure, like, if there's any questions. So then we're moving on to, if you go to your third page. Which is expensive. Again, I highlighted all the areas that we made changes to for fiscal year 26 in green. Yeah, and what I did also, for 63,115, as per mayor and council suggestion, we combine mayor and council travel expenses to one. Combine mayor and council travel expenses for a total sum of 4,000. Because originally it was 1,000. Because there's also council involved, so there's 4, we added, increase it to 4,000.
Yes, that's the mayor and council.
Yes, and that's the line
63.
63115. You look at third page, that you there, right there. See, see where I highlighted in green? Yeah, and I wrote next to it. Yeah.
Yes, Councilman Jamie?
Yes, this is $4,000 for the mayor and council travel expense. I mean, I know it's too late to go over it now, but this is kind of confusing to me. There's 7 of us, and so we have to divide that by 7 to be fair about it. Because otherwise, one of us can use all of that, and the others won't get a part of it.
Yes, ma'am. You yield the floor?
I yield for an answer.
Thank you.
The mayor had a separate line,
Yes.
and then they combined it all, because mine was it 2,000?
1,000.
1,000? I yield for Councilman Ford to explain what you said.
Okay. So what we're doing is increase it. We were supposed to combine the mayor and council travel expenses. as well as ensure that there's enough for all mayor and council to travel, as Councilman James stated. I don't have my sheet in front of me.
Councilman James.
Yes, Councilman James.
Yes, so, for my own point of clarity, this is to be divided 7 ways. Equal. Well, how do we split this pie?
Councilwoman Chu.
No, how do you?
You yield.
Chair?
He said to the Chu.
Okay, Councilman, do you have an answer?
No, I was gonna speak on it, but,
Okay, sure.
no, but we came up with that amount. However, we did mention in the meeting, if we needed to move more money in that account, we can do appropriations. And then we can satisfy whatever needs that we need to satisfy if that's not enough money in that account.
Okay, thank you. So, and I am with Councilman James, because so then how do you, then if mayor and council need to do more travel, then what's there, so we're gonna wait until we come back again for the travel to be done? We just have to make sure that we plan ahead of time. To, okay. Because is there any, yes, yes, Councilman? Councilman.
To echo on to what Councilwoman Chu said, and also previously, we had not been doing any traveling like that, but we had incurring expenses, as well as the mayor had been really using her funds, so we belaboring the hour right now, beating a dead horse, whereas it's gonna be like $571, you know, unless somebody's gonna jump on a plane and fly to a conference or something. If anything, expenditures is gonna be, you know, whatever your mileage is. But if again, as stated earlier and stated in our previous meeting, if we see that it is being exhausted, we will have to revisit it in our next budget review to either increase it. But to say, to try to change it now doesn't make any sense.
Thank you, you.
Yeah. Yes, I have to.
I said, thank you, you. I'm sorry. If you still have input, by all means, take the floor. Okay, thank you for your input. So Councilman James, so we have agreed to keep it as is, and if further or additional funding is needed, we'll come to the table and do a reappropriation as necessary.
Okay, I just would like to add that we don't scrutinize the devil out of the person who comes at the tail end that needs to travel, opposed to the person who beat everybody else to this budget and travel. Don't scrutinize the devil out of the person that comes at the tail end to get more money for their travel, because that won't be fair. I yield the floor.
And I would like to make a suggestion that when we do get to 500, when a council person gets to 500,
Yes.
then that will be the responsibility of the council person to say, hey, they would need to come to the table.
Yeah.
You can't just take others. And I would just look at it, if you think that's fair, okay, so if then we'll still have a little pot left over, but if we need to put additional funding in there, we can. You- That's what I'm putting on
The chair.
Why you're that subject. All right. So moving right along, does anyone else have anything to say about the mayor council's budget? I see that we did move some things to a mayor council, but I'm still seeing the trips and I'm still seeing other things under the mayor and council's budget. And I thought we agreed to only have what the mayor and council would be facilitating under the mayor and council's budget.
May I answer?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the form, it's like a draft, well, how should I put it? This is a worksheet. On the final one, everything you requested, if you recall the original form I given to you last Wednesday, I have moved all that around. So the final form, the pretty version, will have everything that you requested in the correct category, in the correct section. This is for the purpose of just you approving the numbers in terms of what you're proposing for fiscal year 26.
Would you have a draft or something that we?
I've
can-
already sent,
just so
I
that
already
we
sent
can,
that to you guys, but okay,
Councilmember Mita?
okay. I've already, okay, so in order for this to move around, it would make all the difference because expenditures, expenses are expenses. I understand you want to make sure that's in the correct allocation, the correct, basically, section, I guess you could say category. But in terms of, budgeting purposes, I would just like to make sure that you guys are okay with the proposed number per the line item. And then I'll make sure everything that you requested, for example, this is just like a, or else this particular budget here will be off track again.
Can you,
I mean, because,
you hold that?
Sure.
thought now?
No problem.
I was just going to say, the problem with waiting to move these around is it's going to change the department totals that are listed on our resolution. Because when we start swapping things over under admin, then that's obviously going to increase our admin expenses and decrease our mayor council expenses. So we need to be able to approve something to see what those final numbers are. That's important.
okay, may I answer?
I can yield for a response if the chair allows.
If you yield? Okay. No problem.
For the resolution, I actually, because these are Excel spreadsheets, what I've done is basically took all the numbers. If you look at my cell, there's a formula that's in place that only clicks out. For example, for the mayor and council, for the expenditure, it's just mayor and council. So that amount it will include, for example, expenses for mayor and council, line item 55010. It would include, basically, 63102. It would include basically 63100. I already made sure certain line item, the calculation is for mayor and council. It does not include any admin. So admin is just admin. If you do the math calculation per the amount, it's exactly what you will come up with in terms of expenditure. So I'll give you an example. So for example, if you add up that line item 57,000, if you add to 5,000, you add 26,500, and then you add basically 26,000. Then you add a line item, basically MG CMA 63112, 63201. If you add 63114, 63108, 63105, that would be exactly what mayor and council's cost would be.
Councilman Shu.
I think I lost you there, Councilman.
So, and yes, you did lose me because it's not under the mayor and council, so you telling us to add it up?
No, I'm saying the amount that I have noted here, just so
On
it's
this
actually correct.
resolution?
Yeah, on the resolution,
Uh-huh.
so it's absolutely correct to make sure that mayor and council's costs are mayor and council's cost. Admin's cost is admin cost. I ensure that the numbers, the amount proposed for fiscal year 26 is, if it's mayor and council, it's only mayor and council. It does not include any administrative costs.
I hear you. Thank you for clarifying that, but it should be consistent. Your detailed budget should be consistent, right? So if I see a total here and then I try to reference the resolution, it's not gonna be consistent.
Okay. I understand.
It should reflect, yeah.
Yes,
Councilwoman Shu.
Yes, Councilwoman Chair?
I'm just for clarity. So you're saying that your formula that you created, regardless of what's on the sheet, on that resolution, anything listed under mayor and council has been totaled in that one section
Yes.
for that formula.
yes,
Anything under admin, regardless of where it is on the sheet, on your resolution, the
That's correct.
formula actually pulls it and calculates.
Correct.
Is that correct?
that's correct.
Are you?
Councilmember Amanda,
Yes, Councilman Amanda?
just a couple of things. Just out of curiosity, is there something that's preventing us from, like, what's stopping from us being able to see those changes?
I can make the changes. I just was, okay. So there's nothing that stops you, prevents it. I can put it in, but unfortunately I just didn't do it for this particular budget. But I can do it, like I said, this was a draft for you guys to review, because I wasn't sure if you guys gonna make any more changes. So this was a draft. Once you guys finalize your proposed number for 26, it will be in a format, the one that basically Councilwoman, which you've already seen a glimpse of last Wednesday. That will be in that format. As you can tell, all the mayor, everything has to do with mayor and council has been allocated into mayor and council section. This is literally the worksheet, because to be honest with you, we went through like, I don't know how many rounds of this. So if I constantly have to make those changes, I'd rather do it one time. So if you can just tell me what changes you want to make finally for fiscal year 26, I will be happy to note that. And I will do one summary of everything and incorporate everything that everybody else wants to do. Because literally we have went through rounds after rounds after rounds after rounds. And I would humbly request that you guys just finalize and then basically let me know what those numbers are. And I'd be more than happy to input it all at once into the final version of the budget.
Thank you, TA. I know in our last meeting.
Laura,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sure, thank you.
because there's a couple other things.
Mhm.
Tia, I hear what you're saying, and in return, I can't speak for everyone, but my humble request is that we can see those final placements, because right now we're just taking your word, which is usually great, but if we can see it for ourselves, that we're all in one accord, that all these things we moved around, we're on the same understanding, and we're at the final hour now where we need to fix and improve and move forward. So I'm not sure. I hear what you're saying, that it's probably easier for you to be able just to finalize those numbers, but we still need to finalize the placement and make sure that what we had asked for and communicated was understood correctly. And that's just with anytime you communicate changes like that, you want to make sure that it's reflected. Or if there's any last minute thoughts or changes to make, that we'll be able to do that. Because right now the math, I would have to go through and check it all myself. So I would just like to see it put together how
I can make additions.
to be changed.
Sure. I
My
can,
second thought is, and I just thought of this, I mean, it's going back to revenue real quick, to Mayor Council, do you need a line item created for if we receive rentals for the community room this year? I don't know that we will, but if we are, would we need to put that in its own revenue line item? Or is there another line item that would go under?
that's
When
going,
you yielded, you yield,
I
I'm sorry.
that's going to miscellaneous receipts, because I don't know how much we will get. It's miscellaneous receipt, or I can create another line item. This is what I mean. I would just like to understand what mayor and council wants, and then I'll be more than happy to input it. But every time we have a session, with all due respect, we have additional things that's added, and it's always changing. So I would just like to have one summary of what everybody wants, because every session we have, there's been changes, additions, modifications, and I just can't keep up, to be honest.
Thank you, TA. So, listening to my colleagues, I think it would be best for us to, as we've said before, that we're supposed to have like a line item miscellaneous receipts for incoming, but
Yeah.
if we can also, under that, have something to be able to
That would,
trace and to know what it is that is coming in and for what.
yeah. That's where you click onto that line item and it populates with information what you spent it for.
So will we see it? Will we
You can, well, the only way you will see it, if you request for that line item breakdown, which we can print out for you to look at. Otherwise, you have to create a separate line item if you want specifically just to see that number for that specific purposes.
So
So if you would like, I can add another line item just for that purpose. Or if you guys do not want to do that, then it's whatever the mayor and council wants.
So, yeah, Council, yes, Councilmember Amanda?
I recommend we add a line item, and even if we just account for $500 or something for revenue, and that line item is just like a placeholder, it would be good to be able to track that, because we'll need to moving forward anyways. That's my recommendation.
Yes. Are there any objections?
Councilmember Jane,
Councilmember Jane?
and before an objection, I need to know, after we make these changes, do we have to then come back and have another hearing?
Yes.
I'm not
We're
for.
not, well, it's not so much as a hearing, but we will have a budget meeting. Yeah, and so we have to approve the budget. Yes,
Okay. Yeah, we need to move forward, Because we'll change this thing, yeah. Now, unless we need to have a work session, another work session, something needs to happen amongst us where we need to get on one accord. Because I am really worn out with keep coming in here.
Okay.
So, I can't speak for for 6 of us, but I'm really exhausted. And we keep changing these things. But somewhere we have to approve this and then maybe later on go back and make our adjustments. But keep adding line items. I understand what you're saying, Councilwoman Amanda, but we can't keep doing this. Because it's prohibiting the next step to, that's just my thought. How do you?
Thank you for your input. I do understand the frustration with dealing with a budget. This is what comes with it. So we would need to be able to understand our budget so that we can move forward smoothly. And I do understand if our bottom line isn't going to change, hey, you want to approve it and then we start moving things around. So it wouldn't be any different than us moving it around today or just moving around next week, the week after. We will still have to meet again to revisit the budget, talk about it.
No, ma'am. It doesn't work that way. When we change this, then we got to go back and have another review. We take one step forward, then we take 2 steps back.
Right.
So we can't do that. Is what I'm saying. Let's proceed with the approval of this and go to the next level. And then later on, we come back. Later on.
Yeah. Yield?
I yield.
Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Can I answer?
Yeah, yes, TA.
So my thing is like no budget. If you went through budget rounds and stuff, but you know this very well, budget as in a budget analyst. You basically go through the budget and you basically have it set up, and then you will never have the perfect budget. You will always have to go back and renew it, retweak it, and so forth. Because what we're doing right now is proposed. So we're proposing what's going to happen in fiscal year 26. No matter how you look at it, those numbers are going to fluctuate and they're going to change, whether it be more revenue or less revenue, more expenses or less expenses. So what I think I would request humbly to the mayor and council is that you propose the current one. And like the mayor and council previously noted, we can come back every month if you like, every 2 months if you like, every quarterly to see where we're at to make that adjustment. Otherwise, I don't know if we'll make the June 30th deadline, given, the holidays of everyone. So my thing is like, if I may, we can add another line item for that. That's not difficult, but then, and then of course, move everything else around. That's fine, but that's not really going to change our bottom line in terms of like revenue or expenditure. Well, it will change if things move, but for the purpose of this, may I just request that we look at the numbers for the proposed, if you guys are okay, per the line item, that we kind of move forward. And again, my understanding from the mayor is that this is not set in stone. It's a work in progress. So therefore, whatever what you agree to now can be changed a month, 2 months, 3 months later on, as the council and the mayor and council sees fit via resolutions or, whatever you guys decide on. Is that okay?
Thank you. You yield?
Yes, I yield. Thank you.
Wonderful. TA, who's requesting us to move forward with approving the budget as is. I'm also here, my colleagues having questions for the miscellaneous receipts. I am in agreement with adding a line item because we did do a resolution for the community center. We did add some costs, and if we anticipate usage, it should be reflected in our budget. In addition, since we do have a resolution that should be consistent with the breakdown of the budget, I think the moves need to happen to be consistent with this. So we will still need to redo what's here. Yeah. Anyone else have input?
Just for clarity. So that means that whatever changes we make tonight, we have to come back to
Yes.
another hearing. So because we're making changes. And so if we make additional changes, we'll have to come back.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, indeed. I know you didn't mean to say hearing. The hearing is one time. So that's the hearing, but you're perfectly right. You and Councilman James the more we keep changing this, the more we're never gonna get to approve it. So, and that's what TA Brenda's saying. So the last go round, we said, whatever changes we make, I said to the council, we need to be able to approve the budget. We're gonna have to do the amendments and whatever it is, I said, let's go afterwards. We should be able to make any amendments we need and approve the budget. But we're still, I don't know where, and who's to say the next meeting, we won't have some more changes, and that's what she's saying. We need to recognize that, I say this respectfully to the council, we need to, the line item is not a big deal, that's fine. What Councilwoman Amanda said, I understand all that. And I understand what, Councilwoman Ford is just trying to make sure we have all the numbers that we were supposed to have. And some of the positions have changed and everything else, so we want to make sure that everything we asked is agreed to is on here, and everything that was in the proposed budget that we want to amend is as we said, correct? So that's what she's doing, and I appreciate that. Beyond that, I'm asking everybody, unless it's something like what Councilwoman Amanda said, please don't make any more changes. I mean, beyond if it's not something we put in there already and we're trying to move ahead. Because if we make more changes, we're gonna have to come again. And if you make more changes, then there'll be nobody here to approve the budget. That's what we're dealing with now. So if we could just move on, under Councilwoman Ford chairing, you're doing a good job too. Councilman Ford chairing and everybody putting their input in. If we can move on and meet some type of agreement here, because I called it a living document, as you said, we can always change it. Anything you see that you see is not working out, even after 20 days, 10 days, we can always go back and change it. But we have to agree on a budget. I yield.
Thank you, Mayor, for your input. So, sure, Councilman,
I know a lot of y'all threw out your vacation time after this, after ML, but I'm not available the rest of the week. Have things I gotta do.
Keep saying we don't ever finish this.
okay. Do you? Okay, so what we're faced with today is that we don't have the changes. And so for every session, we. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'll yield for you to have input, Councilman J. Did you want the floor?
No, I don't want the floor.
Okay, I heard you talking, so I was respectfully asking if you want the floor. Okay, sure.
Councilman Chu,
Yes, Councilwoman Chu?
I think we may want to really think about it because if this is due by June 30th. After this week, I'm going to be out of town. Councilwoman Amanda's going to be out of town. Councilmember Victor James is going to be out of town. And, Councilwoman, Nita Anderson just said she's not going to be available. So we have to have this completed by the 30th. And, the 30th is next Monday after, is it Monday after next? Monday after next, yeah. And so we're gonna be running into a problem. So if we make changes, I don't know if people have availability this week, because next week is, we're gonna be short.
Would have to be this week.
I yield.
Thank you, Councilman Chu. Councilman
I guess I'm confused because we don't have to make changes, but what is in front of us is not the budget, the final budget. It's not in the right area. It's not in the right sections. So we're just going to approve what's in numbers,
Okay.
but not what's actually going out to the public.
You yield? I'll wait until you yield.
I'm asking the councils, are you
Okay.
all okay with just approving numbers and not approving the budget? And then the budget, the correct departments. So that's my question to council.
Okay, Councilmember Anderson has posed a question to Mayor and Council. Mayor?
I don't think any of us are saying that, but that's a valid question. I think you have another one that you can print out that will be done if we don't make any more changes.
Okay,
Can we get that tonight?
I'm gonna just make may I?
Yeah, but my question is.
No, can I answer that? I need to tell you, can I just answer?
You yield, Mayor?
Yes, it's.
Yes, you.
Okay, what she's concerned over is literally 5 line items, which I can make, so basically totaling about $8,000, not more than $9,000. I can move that up to mayor and council, and that would adjust your number by that amount. I'm happy to do that if there's nothing else, because it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line items, totaling about 9,000, less than that. I'm happy to do it, unless there's something else you want to change, because all I'm looking at that should be in the area. You're talking about the 63105 MML annual registration, right? You're talking about not the revenue side, but the expenses side, right? For mayor and council,
Right.
because everything else is where it should be.
So
Literally.
you're talking, you yield, can you yield for?
Yes, but did I just tell you the numbers
Sure.
that you think? I think you're looking at MML annual registration, which is 63105. You look at National League of Cities.
Slow down for a second. Is
Sure.
everyone able to follow?
It's a first page.
Okay, first
You
page.
literally look at 5 line items that Miss Councilman Amanda wants to change, which I'm happy to
Mayor
do.
and council expenses, page
1.
1, okay.
So you're looking at basically MML annual registration, which is 63105, and then National League of Cities, 63108. Then you have the 63114 flowers, plants, and gifts. Then you have 63112 and PGCMA, and then you have the ICMA membership, 63201. That's it.
That's for you, that stays under.
That's fine. So what no, actually, there's one for us as well. This is also the mayor, because it's like, if you look up ICMA, is one for town administrator as well as mayor and council to basically apply to. Yeah, you guys can apply. We have a separate one for our administration. So you're literally looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, totaling 4,000. So 5, 6, 8,000, 8,000, around 8,100. I can
So
move
you
that
yield
around.
for, you yield?
Yes,
Okay, so we have to go down to the 52,100,
yes.
and we go to the 53,100. We go to.
What? No,
53, yeah,
no.
53,100.
I'm sorry, what?
Where are you?
Yeah, we're on page 1 of expenses.
I understand, but that's still in mayor and council. That should not be in the mayor and council.
What is not, should not be in mayor and council?
The fire department.
Fire department is not gonna be in mayor, but that's what you guys give to them. It's not administrative.
No, we don't give them anything.
Yes, we
The
do.
town.
That's the town. It's not us.
It's
It's per mayor and council. This is what I mean. Can you just tell me which line item you want to move from mayor and council, which one you want to keep? Because my understanding is, for example, capital ISA, fire department, those are actually, fire department especially, is the one that the mayor and council gives to them, not the administration. We are just operational. We don't do any giveaways, like meaning money.
Okay, so my question is, so this is something that we said we'll do for the fire department. This isn't a mayor and council activity, is it?
What, do you want to go under you guys? My
town.
It normally comes on, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It normally comes on the town
Okay.
because it's on behalf of the town.
Okay,
So you wouldn't give them and say, the mayor and council are giving you, you would say the town of Capitol Heights.
nice.
I
Okay.
understand what you're saying, but it's on behalf of the town.
Okay, if that's the case, please take a look at this, because I think that's to you guys last week. I didn't get any feedback as in where you guys want to move which line item. So is there anything else here that you feel it should not be under mayor and council, that should be administration? For example, back to school supply, Veterans Day, Fire Department, Capitol Heights Day, holiday season dinner, news and marketing. Is there a youth activity senior? I'm assuming that's all goes into council. Is there anything here? That way I can just move it and it'll be moved.
Yeah, so we did note this at the previous meetings, and so it'll be the Veterans Day, the back to school giveaway is, no, that fell under something else, right?
No, because I can't, because I think one of the council member wanted to keep it.
TA, I'm sorry, thank,
Sorry.
Councilman James, would you please give some clarification? I thought we moved that to another location for
Youth activities.
No,
youth activities,
the back to school.
or was it it was back to
Yeah, we line item by itself.
a line item back out?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the back
But
to
the
school.
category that it goes in,
Right, it should not be under education, that's right, and Veterans Day activities. So
But-
that would be under the mayor and council activities.
So it is under mayor and council.
Yes, so that should go back under the activities. Council activities, yes. Programs and events is where our things, all of our activities should
Yeah.
go.
So that's why I said, the only thing you're looking at for me to move is basically literally MML annual registration. I can move under mayor and basically National League of Cities, flowers, PGCMA, ICMA, everything else I can move, which is already under admin anyways. And then, of course, you want me to move the, I guess you could say, fire department to administration. But what about back to school supply? Do you want to keep it? Veterans Day?
Yes, that should go under the programs and events.
Right, but is that under mayor and council? Is that gonna be under administration?
Council activities, right, so,
So it still be under mayor and council?
yes, it'll be under mayor and council.
Okay,
Program.
So it stays where it is? Yes. Okay, so I mean, I just have to retitle it, but it will stay under mayor and council.
Right, so all of those things that's under like the community health and environment, all of those things under there should go under,
And it is currently.
programs and,
yes.
and events, not the youth, not all that other stuff. So that's something that.
So the youth and all that stuff does not go into mayor and council. It's also gonna go into, because right now there's section under mayor and council, there's section under admin. There's not a section under programs. It's either under programs under mayor and council or the programs under the admin. What should you prefer to be?
Programs under admin.
Okay, so you want all the
Right.
programs under admin? I mean, for example, youth activities, senior activities, community garden, community engagements, the thing that, all of that, you wanna go into admin.
So I have, thank you, TA, you both second.
Sure, of course.
Mayor and council, so for the youth activities and the senior activities, there are some things that the town,
Experience.
yes, and there are some things that we specifically, yes. So for youth activities, is that something that we want to keep under our department, the youth and senior? Because then what do you have for seniors then? What do you?
For example,
Shopping trips,
well,
I guess.
shopping trips and so forth, but like I said, last time it was not utilized, therefore, one of the council member did, pampering, this past Saturday.
Okay, so that's the trip that goes, okay, to 53-178 should go.
No, that's not the trip. That was the previous, Pamper a Senior. That was the event that was done for 53A49 senior activities.
Councilwoman Chu.
So those will stay, okay,
So I just want to know which one you want to go under like mayor and council, and I'll make sure I move that. Which one you stay with admin, and I'll make sure it stays in that. So you just give me directive, and I'm,
Yeah.
happy to do it.
Councilman Chu and then Councilmember Amanda.
Sure, I thought we had said the Veterans Day.
Okay,
We
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
we said the Veterans Day go
Memorial
with the
Day
police
too.
department. And then for the senior activities, normally our prior, town clerk, she would have coordinated the different trips for the seniors. So they went on like the rodeo,
Yeah.
the shopping trips and all of that stuff. So I think that should fall under admin because she kind of coordinated all of the senior trips. Each month there was a trip and she coordinated the trip because she coordinated with the bus and things of that nature. The council didn't do, we weren't involved in that.
So you want me to move this? So we have the funds allocation for the senior activities and also the youth activities.
Yeah, the factory, no, I'm talking about 53849 and 53178.
If we may go down each line item and you just tell me which section it should go under, I'll make those changes. Like, for example, if you want back to school supply giveaway to go under, for example, admin, I can do that. But that was never discussed previously. And then the Veteran Day, you want to go to police department, I'll make that, I'll move that. Fire department will be under admin, Capitol High State will be under admin. I mean, which one of the line item are you requesting to move to whichever department?
the TA, that's what we're going over now.
Okay, I'm ready.
So for the youth and Councilmember Amanda, do you yield, Councilmember?
Yes, I yield.
Councilmember Amanda.
I was just gonna say that what I remember us saying prior was Capitol Heights Day should go under admin.
Mhm,
Newsletter marketing should go under admin.
mhm,
The holiday season dinner should go under admin.
mhm.
The trips and shopping tours should go under admin. And I think the high school senior graduate should go under admin. And I think youth and senior activities should go under admin. And the community garden should go under admin.
No community
No.
garden stays on there. Council.
But
And that's-
that doesn't go in.
And fire department goes under admin. Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I see, okay, wait a minute. Right, so we have a council member that's over, that's,
Guard.
yeah, that asked to, you know, do the gardens, since we didn't have one before, and he's leading that effort. So within that, wasn't the resolution that he brought forth, in that resolution, money is
Okay.
accepted.
So still on the floor. So then I think what we're saying is
Sure,
Veterans
you can have the
Day.
floor back, my apologies, Councilman.
Thank you. So Veterans Day expenses, fire department, Capitol Heights Day, holiday season dinner, newsletter and marketing, trip shopping tours, high school senior graduate, youth activities and senior activities should all go under admin.
Okay, thank you.
As well as back to school supply.
Wait a minute, do you yield?
Did I miss something?
Do you yield? Are you giving?
I yield.
Okay. Councilmember Chu?
No, since, Councilwoman Amanda, I know we did Veterans Day for the police department, but if we're gonna move it under admin, then that's fine. I'll just change it.
And what about back to
Do you
school?
yield?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so.
Council.
Back to school
Would
council?
like the floor, Councilman Chu?
I'm just answering a question. No, I do
Okay.
not have the floor.
Okay, so, did you get clarity?
Yeah, so back to school, you want to stay with council. Right? That's what Councilman James was saying.
Yeah.
And then Veteran Days admin, fire department, Capitol Heights admin, holiday season dinner admin, newsletter marketing admin, trips admin, obviously council activities at council, youth activities and senior activities admin, high school senior grads is admin, community garden and community engagements, the same day committee stays with, council. That's it. Is there anything else? So it's basically just the mayor and council section, because everything else is, I'll move it.
Yes.
Yes.
As well as the 5 other.
Would like the floor?
Yeah, previously.
Councilmember Amanda?
No, the other previous 5 was stayed with council. I moved
Okay,
the
we
others.
understand. Would you like the floor?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, you did have it.
Adding to, Councilwoman, Amanda, that's correct. Moving the other items, that's correct. Yes. Is there anything else that you see that needs to move from mayor and council to admin?
Yeah, at the top. Well, thank you. You yield?
Yes, which, tell me where.
Yes, after, give 1 second, Councilmember Chu was, Emma, you can, you have mentioned to me, but you can
I
say.
just, along with the other activities, didn't you say there was five, the NML annual registration?
Yes, yes,
National League, Flowers and Gifts,
yes,
PGCMA, and ICMA.
that's council.
Okay.
Councilmember Anita?
With these changes y'all just gave to her, is there any more before you all proceed? Do you all see any other changes that's gonna be made that will prohibit us from moving forward with this budget?
Do you?
Should I finish my sentence? Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's what we're going over now. I'm trying to see what needs to be moved and where. Yeah, would you like the floor back to finish?
No.
Okay, sure, you're welcome. All right, I do have a question for ICMA. What council member, mayor council is doing this?
It's like, it's like PGCMA. If you want to get membership, you do. If you don't, you don't.
So it's $2,100 in the budget. So are we doing this or are we not doing it?
It's up to you guys.
So much.
So yes, we're keeping it in the budget?
Yes.
Do you have an understanding of what it is? Can you share that with the mayor and council?
No, right now.
Okay, can you share the mayor?
Budget.
It's a municipal type, organization. And, What was it you found out on that when we?
Yeah, it's online, basically, ICMA,
Yeah,
it's,
I gotta think what the acronym.
yeah, hold on one second, I can tell you.
TA. right there.
Oh, sorry, at the yields, yeah, so,
Administration.
am I like to answer, or I need to? Is it okay? Okay, here we go, there's several, sorry about this, hold on one second. Okay, yeah, International City County Management Association is an association representing professional local government management. It is based in Washington, DC. It's called International City County Management Association, ICMA.
Management Association. Okay.
So city and county,
Right.
city and county management.
But not.
It is.
It's for
It's for TA, but also,
None of the pay, well, last administration, we did it for TA.
Okay.
but would you like to also participate?
Yeah.
That,
Municipalities do.
yeah, so that's why I said, do you want to keep the line or don't keep the
No, so we
line?
just did, we just never did. So we would like to keep it in the budget. We just didn't have any clarity. We
Okay,
never used it. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we have everything. In that section.
I don't know if you can have the person.
Yes.
One question, the loan payments, 51900, what loans do we have?
I think that'd probably be the best for the mayor to explain that one, but I can't. Yeah, the mayor can.
Yes, Mayor? Yeah.
The loan was taken out under the last administration. It's 4-year terms, 2018 to 2022. The loan was taken out to help with the streets and to help with the safety complex. I don't know if you've heard that before. There were trailers going down Central, right next to that really school, Linden Hill School. There are trailers in the back, 7 trailers. Okay, we got those trailers through a matching grant, $300,000, a matching grant. Long story short, the loan was taken out to help those modules come to fruition because they were damaged. I don't know if they were during that time, I don't know, but I'm sure they were. But that was you have to build them, you have to do your infrastructure and put them up, your modules. They're just trailers, but you have to hook up your water, all these things, you have to make sure they're up to code. The codes changed in 2015. We got them in 2015. We had to bring them up to code because it's only got 2 or 3 things we had to bring them up to code. But the bottom line was the money was to put those up because it was for the public works and the police department, so it's called the safety complex. The other, we took a $1.5 million loan out. 780 was to put up that safety complex. And 720 was to enhance the streets in the town. So now that loan, which is a 30-year loan, has a one-time annual payment of what, I don't know what is it, 30? Is it 105, Councilwoman?
105.
105 yearly for 30 years.
You have any further questions?
No.
Okay. All right, so also TA, I know we did mention about having the council's phones, electronics and all of that in our line item.
Yes. You mean within your own line item, right?
Within the mayor and council's budget.
Yep. Yeah, so I would keep basically line item, there's one line item here, it's for 1,000 something, like what, here, telephone admin, 54302 in your line item. Counselor, that's
So it's
54302.
admin or is it mayor and council?
It's mayor and council,
Okay,
no
and
problem.
so that's gonna go up there, because I know our bills are broken out that way.
Yes, well, it's the same for every person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
so-
just the total sum that you guys would have. It's the same, every single bill, because we have unlimited calls, unlimited Wi-Fi and so forth. So the bill is the same for each person
Okay.
every single month.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
we'll
there's
be
like,
moving that
yeah,
to the mayor
yeah.
and council.
Let's,
so
yeah,
we'll know.
okay, yeah. That would be 54302. Is there anything else?
No, that was all that I can recall. Anyone else? Oh, that's stated. So that was, so, district, so. Councilmember Amanda, just, can you give some clarification? You did share that you will be moving, the 5 and
Yes.
51 and the 51,000, group. So, but it looks like that's admin, all this other stuff.
Well, I'm gonna move, okay, once you decide on which ones you wanna move to council, the rest will stay in admin, I know. What I'm saying is I just wanna know which one you wanna move to council, I'll make sure to make that move, and once that's moved, it'll be more clear. Cause this,
Okay,
it'll be
so,
more clear, just tell me which ones you want to move to
so
council,
we just told you what we wanted to move.
that's
to
fine.
council, but
Is there
so
anything else?
what's, okay, so we told you what we want to stay, I
Yes,
guess, in council.
Yes.
We didn't actually say what needs to move out.
okay,
So what we did not mark, and you should probably, you can look at it and tell what should
Yes.
move out.
so what I'm gonna tell you is that what I'm gonna move out from general expenses, 51900, 54301, 54303, 54304, 54305, 54306, 54310, and 54311, and 54307, and 54309. Instead of moving the ones that we discussed, which is 63105, 63108, I'll keep it there. I'll just move the ones that should not be there out. It's easier to move it out than, I'll do that.
Okay, so
Okay.
we do.
Yes, no, once I make the modifications, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because what I'm gonna do is remove the ones that should not be in there and keep the ones that should be. So remove and keep what should be in there in there.
Okay, right, so anything that the mayor and council would need
Yes,
to operate.
yes,
To do business effectively,
Yeah.
should remain in mayor
Yeah.
and council, like mayor and council should have supplies.
you also want
And should
supplies,
have-
office supplies, okay, because usually the mayor and council supplies come out of our office expenditure.
Yeah, so
Do you wanna break it down?
Yeah, so if we had supplies, then we could say, hey, this is our budget and we need this. And so that you would know what a mayor and council would need to function. That should.
How much supply would you want to allocate for that? Because that's a totally separate budget line again. Because I can add to that again. Because right now, it's all incorporated. So when, for example, you come in, I said, I want some binder. We just give you the binder that we have existing
Okay.
in our operational expense. If you do a separate line item, it's a totally separate line item. We have to go through this.
Then how would you differentiate when you have a computer, or a laptop, or a tablet, something that's needed? How would you then do that for mayor and council versus your staff?
That's something you would, well, I'm assuming all mayor and council tablets is still belong to the town. So it'll still be town property. Therefore, it'll be under the computer section. It would not be separated from mayor and council.
So then you would budget for that.
That's what I'm assuming is right now is
within
under
this
admin.
line item.
Yes. No, it will be under admin for computers and things.
For 309.
Well, right now we have 53309. That's correct. That's why I said I'm gonna move that out of the mayor and council section. Because unless you want to add more money to that, because we're not anticipating any more computer purchases.
Right, so we don't know what the next administration would like to do, if they want to keep it. I don't.
Yeah, but that would be, yeah, well, yeah, again, we're gonna reconciliate every 3 months, so if we go over the budget, like, there's all of a sudden we need like 3 more computers.
Yeah.
Because the old ones doesn't work, then we can just do it then.
Right, so that's what I was saying, when that new administration comes in.
Yeah.
It would not have a need to try to figure something out. You say, hey, this is what the budget is for, whatever.
Well,
anticipated.
I don't know what the new administration are. What my thought is like, if it's the same group as currently, you probably wouldn't need it, but if it's different people, then yes.
So, yeah,
But there's
that's
no way, but that's why I said, next administration starts in, is it May?
May.
Yeah, May. So before then, we would have quarterly reports. We would kind of know where we're at. And in May, they can actually, I guess you can say, if they need to, they can have on a monthly basis and do a reconciliation. If a new group of people come in, they decide they want something else, they can do another resolution to make those changes.
Yeah, and I get this just maybe just a one-time thing, since we have a new administration expected to come in.
Yeah.
Then you wanna.
You want to add to this line item? What would you like to?
No, we don't have to, that's fine. The colleagues are not, in agreement, but you would like to plan for the next.
If you want to plan for the next, that means you have to increase that amount. So what would you like to, what is the mayor and council wants to increase
I hear
that?
you, Councilmember James. So we don't want to plan, forward, that's fine. We'll just leave whatever remains there. He'll be having a new budget to come in at July, so I suppose it will sustain them for 2 months.
I'm just saying 54309, computer supplies and admin. I just want to know if you would increase or not increase.
No, that's fine, as is, we're not doing any other changes.
Okay.
Councilmember James?
Yes. I just want to say, I appreciate your effort and trying to look out for the future administration and just all the numbers that needs to be in place where they should be. I just want to add to that thought process is that this thing is liquid, it's live, it's real time, live. This budget is, it's going to always change. Just like the stock market is just going to keep fluctuating. And we have to capture this thing in a moment of time and make sense out of that capture. And then, as it is stated, we have to put on the paper here, move forward with it. And then we can come back later and then make the adjustments. I mean, as long as this budget is balanced, getting the line items and all that stuff in place, we really wasting a lot of time right now. We don't have, yes, we don't have time. Now, listen, but everything, the numbers are correct. The numbers are right.
Right.
So I know what you're trying to do. We're trying to categorize everything and put everything where it should be. But then we're gonna have to come back again. This is my worry. We already been here like 5 or 6 times over this already. Yes. But I'm not a budget person. And I didn't sign up to come and work out a budget. Maybe we need to hire an accountant and stuff.
That's a number.
Somebody that can really categorize this thing and work through this and present to us how this pretty budget and categorize how it should look. Because right now, I mean, I'm tired, I'm frustrated. You know, we keep going back and forth with this. And like I said, I do appreciate your insight on the categorization and the numbers where they should be. And as you just stated, looking out for the next term, but we're not going to be able to forecast that. Not unless we overshoot it. We're just not going to be able to do that. The cost of material change every day. Copper, aluminum, zinc, all of them, they fluctuate. So all that reflects, I say that to say, all that reflects in the making of computers, you know, gold, all that shit. So we can't nail it down what it's going to be. All we can do is project. And that's what this is. That's why it's called, we're proposing. That's why it's called proposal. So I think we need to just go forward with this and move on. I know you're shaking your head, you don't agree. But how you
Thank you so much. I appreciate your valuable input. Councilmember Amanda?
Thank you. I just want to clarify and put on record, we're not just sitting here changing numbers or trying to point down the exact cost of copper in a computer chip. That's not what we're trying to do. As elected officials, people have put their trust in us to do what the job is, and the big part of that job is to be fiscally responsible with our town's budget. And it takes time and it takes looking at all the details to do it correctly. I understand you're frustrated. I understand it's taken 5 or 6 times, but if it takes 5, 6, 7 times to do it correctly, I would much rather us take the time to do it correctly and to make sure that our categories are correct. The categories are important because the categories tell you the story of how your town is spending your money. If your categories are not correct, then it looks like you spend all this money in the police department, all this certain amount of money in the town administration, all this certain amount of money towards public works, all this certain amount of money towards mayor and council. But if those numbers are not truly reflective, then it tells a different story. And we have a lot of changes. It's not like it was just one line item that needed to move to a different area. Over those 5 or 6 meetings we have asked for these changes and they haven't happened for whatever reason. And so we're going over again to ensure that those changes are correct so that the categories tell a correct story of how this administration is spending the taxpayer dollars. So yes, it's frustrated. Yes, I'm hungry. Yes, I'm tired, but I'm asking you and the rest of the council to please just stick with it, to see it to the end so that we can leave here with a budget that is correct and that is telling the correct story of how we're spending the money. I have one more question to ask down in the police department section. For the 950,000 that is allotted towards salaries. I'm asking TA, if you ever got a list from Chief Agasula what those salaries are?
No, I did not, because he's been out, he's still out. And that was, the 950 was based on what you have proposed to basically put as a placeholder for that spot.
I yield.
Councilwoman Chu.
Thank you for your input, Councilmember Amanda. Councilman Chu.
So, since, Councilwoman Amanda stated all of this, are we able to get these changes tonight?
Yes, I'm gonna do it because it's really quick and it's not a lot of money. I will
Okay.
make sure it makes the changes, so it's actually accurately reflected. Is there any more changes? I just want to know.
Thank you. So you said you have not got you haven't gotten any confirmation
No.
about the police department
No.
salaries.
No,
And so what we've projected here tonight is,
based on what Councilwoman Amanda had asked to be placed as a placeholder, which Mayor and Council had agreed to
okay,
last
so these
Wednesday.
are the numbers that we last discussed.
Yes,
Okay, and the help, your rates for your help.
Excuse me.
I suppose you did all that, in fact, all that.
the 950,000 is based on what Councilwoman Amanda proposed and the council agreed on. What is it, 43,000, 40,000 was also for a town administration, was also what Councilwoman Amanda proposed and placed, and what NSC, let me look at what NSC was. NSC. Whatever, where's the salary section? NSC's. The 570,000 was also what Councilwoman suggested, Amanda suggested, and the mayor and council agreed to. So the 570, the 430, 950 was all basically based on what Councilwoman Amanda suggested and council approved last Wednesday.
So where's the I'm sorry, where's the salaries?
Okay.
Where's
Line
the salaries?
item for NSD, it's 56301.
5, 6,
Last page,
13.
last page.
Oh, the last page.
Yes, under salaries and benefits. You have five,
Okay, okay.
yeah, okay, that's 570,000, line item 56301. And then you have basically, the admin, would be. You go through our pages, 1, 2, 3. Fourth page, under admin, do you see where it's highlighting green, 430?
I was just seeing the blank lines. Thank you,
Sure.
TA.
And then there's one more for the police department.
Okay.
That's gonna be, if you keep on going down to police department.
Yeah.
950 is at the last line item,
Mhm.
not a 55020.
Thank you, TA.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, TA. This sure you've captured everything we said. I guess we'll sit here and take a break until you're done
Yeah,
with the updates. Just have a question
sure.
about the money that we got to the fire department.
Yes.
You guys talked about that,
Yes.
and you said the money was rescinded. I can't remember the details of that, but we were looking for some documentation about us not having to monitor
The
that.
money was never given to us. I mean, it was, we received a letter noting that, we would get this money, but it was never like wired to us or given to us. Other than the letter that was shared with you guys that they sent to us,
Right.
nothing was ever followed up after that, not by the fire department. They just almost kind of.
So it was not that we were actually managing the money tangibly. We were just like managing
Pass through.
the paper, right? Making sure that receipts were matched, lined up.
Yeah.
So that's what they expected us to do.
Yes, but they never gave us the money. They never talked about it again, and they never did the work. That was the end of it. We received a letter, noting that we were gonna be allocated 17,400 something. And then basically that was the end of it. We followed up. They want additional funding to support them to do additional work.
So we had, all right.
Now,
So
and
that was the confirmation letter that we.
That was the confirmation letter.
Forwarded to us.
Yeah,
So
but,
that we know that we have no responsibility.
but that's the only letter that was sent to you via the mayor to you guys. Other than that, they've never given us anything beyond that piece of paper.
So what I'm asking is that from that letter we received.
Yeah.
If we can send out a letter to them asking
Okay,
their expectations so that we can just
either,
not be
okay,
bothered with that any
Sure.
longer, if that's the case.
sure. So just basically follow-up letters to say, hey, we never kind of heard back from you. What's the status on it?
Right, so you have to put it in here because we have to monitor it. It should be somewhere so we can.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna move forward with that project at all.
Thank you, TA. So Mayor and Council,
Councilwoman Chu.
Councilman Chu.
Mayor, can you explain again, any money that we have left over or that's an old, am I saying this right, overage or surplus? All surplus, it doesn't go into fiscal 26 operating budget. It goes into, is it the reserves?
Yeah.
It goes into
General fund.
general fund.
After an audit,
After,
you have to have an audit on that money. And then it goes into the general fund, which we recycle the money. I don't like that word, but that's what we're doing every time we do a budget. Cause all the money we have now is coming, is recycled money that was left over, because you always have money left over, most of the time. However, Joy said something that I'm not sure of. She said, our consultant, John, said that we can take the
Todd.
surplus money
Todd,
from one
Todd.
fiscal year to the next. I have to tell you, MPT, I've never known that.
Todd,
Oh, Todd, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
say that one more time, ma'am, sorry.
that Todd told her that we can move it. It'll be, now the new word was surplus. The surplus money, we can move it from one fiscal year to the next one. I've never heard of that one. I mean, everything
no.
everybody says is
can
not
I
right.
just, can I just repeat?
And I know we need to audit that money first. So, yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me quantify that. I asked Todd, when we have a surplus, is it possible to use that money for the next year's expenses? His answer was yes. You can basically move it forward if you have any surpluses, whatever the amount may be, maybe $1, $2, whatever surplus that you possibly have, you can move it to the next fiscal year's expenditure. You just have to make sure that it's noted in a resolution, and then that's basically, it's noted in a resolution, and then that you, on your budget resolution, it's actually properly noted. And again, he said he's more than happy to come in anytime to, via Zoom to answer any questions that you may have. And because I wanted to know, is it possible to use any surplus we have this year for next year? Because the reason I asked this question is last council meeting, a lot of the council members were saying, hey, now we have this surplus. How can we use that money? Do you recall? Like, oh, we can use that for this, we can use that for that, we can use that for that. And you said, Joy, go find out whether or not you're able to move in the money from the current year, any surpluses on the next year. And that's why I called Todd. He says, yes, you can.
Councilwoman Chu.
Go ahead.
I would think we would need a better understand. This is not the time to make that decision.
Of course,
Really, we're trying to, we're dealing with what we know.
of course.
And that's not saying what you're saying is not accurate, but I think the council would need to
Yes,
actually query him,
yes,
because I'm looking at what the norm is. That's why you have an audit
of
on that
course,
money.
of course.
And so this is just me speaking. I don't think we should do anything like that until the council speaks with your source and has a full understanding of how we can make money go from one fiscal
Sure.
year to the next.
And that's why I recommended that he basically come and speak with mayor and council when you guys have next public session or whatever. And then he can ask the questions directly to
Well, it
him.
doesn't have to be then.
Well, yeah,
Just
whatever
do
you
this
want to
budget
do.
right
Yes,
now. But that's a good one. Even if he comes during our first, we want to, we're gonna put this in writing that we have to have these quarterly reviews, because we don't get them.
of
Last
course.
year, we didn't get them, and that's not on the table for discussion, but we're gonna have to get them.
That's fine. But what I'm saying to you is like, let me
And what I'm
know.
saying to you is we would probably bring him in then,
Yes,
but, but Mayor Pro Tem, I took the floor, I apologize, you had it.
No, that's okay. I did look it up and you can do it. But you have to, if you do it, it says that you have to put in a resolution.
yes,
And you also have to add it to your new budget's year. So if we move the remaining money that's left from 2025 into 2026, you have to first have a resolution and you have to add it to the new budget. So if we do that, we have to, after getting confirmation that we can do it, if we choose to do it, we have to do a resolution. If not, then it goes into our general fund.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's what he said.
yeah.
That's actually what he said.
So if you can get that, we can get maybe some further clarity from our charter in section section 505 amendments after budget adoption, and those are considered to be like supplemental appropriations. So maybe our attorney, mayor, can give us some insight.
Oh, that you're thinking, just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, we're not trying to do that tonight, are we?
No, I'm saying that just,
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so maybe does-
Go ahead.
it's in a section 505 amendments after budget adoption, it's the A supplemental appropriations.
Mhm.
He can give us some insight on how we
Got
can move
it.
forward. I think that's the authority we would have.
So
To
we
be
can
able to
move
do
that
that.
money to the next one. Okay, good, sir, good work, MPT. Y'all doing good, let's keep
So
it.
we're done. So thank you.
So I make the
TA, so Mayor and Council, can you tell me how long we gonna break out? TA, how long do you anticipate needing to do this? So we can-
There's a thing on, ma'am. There's a thing from Councilman James, he's hungry. And we don't, I'm saying. So I'm saying, how long are we gonna be here? Because we usually have something to eat. Because,
I wasn't anticipating this long.
that's what I'm saying.
As long as
I'm.
she takes.
That was the question that was on the floor. How long?
My question is very simple. Other than this, is there any other changes? That's it, right? Just these changes.
She said.
Well, okay, just want to confirm. If there's no more changes other than these changes, it will not take long. It'd be less than
What?
30 minutes or less.
No.
30 minutes or less. Because,
Okay.
30 minutes.
or less, because I want this. Like,
Okay, so go ahead.
and then also, once I make these changes, I'm going to basically correlate it to this.
Yes.
Okay.
The resolution.
So is there any more changes on anything? When
30
I,
minutes.
okay. So no more.
You wanna go out?
Yes.
Thank
She's fast.
So, excuse me 1 second. So thank you, you all. We are now taking a 40-minute recess,
Mhm.
a 40-minute recess, and we will return to review and approve our budget. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'm just here to say
You don't think so, huh?
Was this informative?